What brought me to UICA was the opportunity to exhibit in such a large space, and really I feel like it is an ideal space for my kind of work.
I've received a lot of joy from getting to come to the UICA for my first time to exhibit Symphony of Gestures with Sara. It's a fantastic space, and I feel very, very fortunate and lucky to get to be a part of the art that is exhibited here.
When envisioning my project, I feel like I naturally work in a very interdisciplinary way, so I use a lot of different mediums and will collaborate with other people, and that naturally leads to something that encompasses more than just using your eyes to see. My work is all about creating a renewed awareness of the body and what you are actually doing to accomplish these different tasks, such as how many steps do you take? Are you really aware of all those steps you're taking, or just time to reflect and think about your movements or gestures or how you communicate? I think through my work, sound heightens other senses because I incorporate the body or the actual body of the musician into the piece. There's a real physicality to the kind of sound that I produce. All the sound that's produced is because of an action of a body. So through that, just by having the physicality of a body in the piece, you become aware of the senses you have to use.
I really strive to try to bring in the experience of the other senses as I craft sound. So when I am working on writing a piece like the string quartet, I really think of my role as both choreographer and composer, and shaping the visual experience with the bowings, the trading off of articulation from someone on this side of the space, someone on this side of the space, and trying to really bring in the other sensory experiences, so to highlight the experience of the sound.
Because I've shifted the scale of these objects that people are used to seeing on a much smaller scale, it really forces the viewer to see the object in a new light and really think about that object when normally they would just glance over and be like, oh, I'm familiar with this. So by shifting your perspective visually, I think that begins to lead to then the shift of really thinking of the performer that's using the object, and then naturally this leads to seeing what their action is producing, which is sound.